You are now entering the world of Musings of a Geek podcast network. Stay geeky, my friends.
Hi, this is Mark. Congratulations, you have found this amazingly awesome show. Chances are you're listening to it right now on whether it's iTunes or Stitcher Radio or some other mobile app that allows you to stream this amazingly awesome show to your ear holes. And I can't stress how awesomely amazing this show really is. But did you know that you can also catch the latest episode of this show on the Tangibound Network? That's right. Go check out tangiboundnetwork.com. You can look them up and you can listen to it right there. It's even mobile friendly. What more could you ask for? Which means you can pull it up on your iPhone or your Android, even your Windows phone. Yeah, who has one of those? But still, point remains, you can do it. You can do it. Check it out, tangiboundnetwork.com. Listen to this show, the latest episode, every time. Check it out.
All right. It's about comic books and movies. Growing up with Rokusuki. Superman before Zack Snyder ruined him. Man, that sucked. Michael Keaton was the best Batman, while Christian Bale was just deadpan. No one remembers the other ones. Princess Leia in bikinis and Transformer Lamborghinis.
Yeah.
Please don't let Shia LaBeouf ever act again.
Please, God, no.
Remembering tales from the crypt, back when Michael Bay wrote good scripts.
He wrote
And all
scripts.
right here is no mystery, 'cause it's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas.
Podcast.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 88. Very special episode, as for the Labor Day weekend, we're taking the week off, so we're doing a best of top 5 list. Since we have a lot of new listeners lately, we thought this would be a good time to go back into the history books and rehash some of the older ones. First up is Blake's first appearance, episode number 18. Which is the top 5 video game franchises. So hopefully you enjoy it. Okay, that music means
Top 5.
I thought we were starting the show over again. Oh, damn it. No.
We're going back to episode 3 when we first used music.
Can I say that is very Doctor Who music inspired?
The catwalk?
No, well, is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
The catwalk, yes. It reminds me of the old Doctor Who that had the 20-foot long scarf and the afro.
That's what we
Tom
based,
Baker.
Yes.
That's what we based it on. We actually had long meetings here with the staff. We
Or
said,
we
give
found
us a Doctor Who theme. And they said, well, our research and development department said, look, we got this one. It's free because it's free domain music.
Or we found it in GarageBand's free domain. I mean,
Well, that was after we fired the staff because they realized
they realized they weren't getting paid.
they quit. So, and then it came down to 2 of us. They actually was going to have Chris Hardwick and Tom Lennon be the host of this show, but they weren't getting paid. So now we filled in. Anyways, top 5 video game franchises.
Yes, and now we've fulfilled our 26 seconds, and good night.
We're an hour and a half into it. Good night. Apologize for the delay or for the long one this
I
week.
don't apologize. We're having a good time.
That's
We hope
right.
You are too.
Yeah, I don't apologize either. I have nowhere to be except work. Anyways, let's see. A couple of the fans, again, follow us on Twitter and Facebook. You can do this. Graphic Novice has, as I mentioned, has already called our list questionable on many different topics.
Well, they're going to disagree with me because I saw what they suggested, and that's not my list.
You suggested a Facebook. Oh, you suggested a movie from Canada. Don't get me started. One of our Musings of a Geek podcast buddies, Angels and Freaks podcast, stated Grand Theft Auto, Grand Theft Auto, Halo, Forza. Thank you, Forza. My God, what was in that? What you gave me? And
a roofie.
Yes, and Madden, all good ones. 40 Going on 14 podcast.
You never said what graphic novice.
They never sent us one. I'm just calling them out on being questionable. Damn stalkers. 40 Going on 14 tweeted Zelda definitely, but the Monkey Island games will always be close to my heart. Always be close to my heart.
I saw a Zelda tattoo this weekend. It was some weird freaky girl who had big green letters Zelda across her chest.
Really?
Oh.
Yes.
Did it just say Zelda or Legend
It was
of
just
Zelda?
big Zelda across her cleavage.
Maybe that's her name.
I don't know, but the only thing I
just her
could think
name.
of was, what better way to ruin the most beautiful part of a woman than putting
Her
ink on
mind.
your cleavage
Her mind.
after her mind.
Okay, thank you. We're not Warner Brothers here, okay? Come on.
And there was no
interesting.
legend. Let me tell you, there was no legend.
There was no. They weren't legend.
They weren't
Wait for it.
legend.
Legendary? Legend?
All right, so yeah, our top 5 video game.
Well, I had
franchises.
17 honorable mentions, but I'll cut them all down.
Yes, I
Jeez.
yelled at Jason for throwing out a billion honorable mentions, decimating my list. I was like, just wait till I get to that number. We don't need to do.
You know what? I re-listened to it. I was cracking up because, that's on my list. That's on my list. I'm just going to start throwing them
I'm
out.
just going to say, from now on, honorable mentions will be held for that one you want to give a shout out to, but you can't put in the list for some technicality like
Street Fighter.
Okay,
That was my honorable mention this week.
and the technicality why you couldn't have put it in your top 5.
I like the other ones better.
Okay, see, that's something that shouldn't be thrown in as an honorable mention.
Okay, well, Street Fighter. That's my honorable mention.
But okay, you can honorable mention it because it doesn't ruin my
I
list.
think the title on the show says Jason and Jeff or Jeff and Jason, okay? So I can do it.
All right.
Anyways,
Well, we'll let Blake
go.
start since he's
What's
our
your number
guest.
5?
Well, due to your crack publicity team that gave me the liner notes beforehand,
I gave you it 6 hours before. 8.
I actually took a personal spin on it since I was originally supposed to be on here to talk about D&D and RPG games.
Which you did in the beginning.
We did in the beginning.
Yeah, you'll probably take a couple of them off of my list here.
So I actually personalized it and took a spin of the top 5 video game RPG franchises that, of course, was in my opinion, which is the only one that counts for me.
Oh, you got
Correct.
a
And
point.
these are all your personal opinions.
And
These are all personal
before it starts, I'm
opinions.
going to shout out, or
Yeah.
I'm going to throw out there that I held back from doing 5 RPG video games, even though that's probably what my list should be.
Yes.
But go ahead, Blake.
Well, so all right. So number 5 on my list is the Elder Scrolls series.
That's my number 1. Thanks.
So let me tell you why it's not number 1.
Time out. We bring
Because
one
if you
person
want to bring in the same video game over and over again, where the same plot lines are repeated over and over again, except in a different location, and most of the plot involves you going out and getting something for somebody, like you're fetching things from, like you're their dog bitch or whatever,
Well, that's if
and
you're
bringing
just
it back to
doing
them over and over
side
again. But on that note, it did make me a top 5 because I did enjoy playing it.
I think you should make
playing
top
this stuff.
You go from Arena to Skyrim, those are not the same games.
I
By
just-
any way, shape, or form.
I've never played this
Arena
game.
goes way back.
Yeah, I fell in love with it when
Yes.
I had Arena on my
Was
PC.
Adventure for the Atari 2600 included in the Skyrim game?
Sure, if you
Is that
want
in
it
the
to
Elder
be. Yeah,
Scrolls
go
game?
for it.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, you have a square and a key.
Yes.
I walked
And you're trying to
into
go into the little castle thingy.
And the dragon.
I walked into this list,
Right.
knowing that Jason wouldn't ruin my number 1 because I knew he didn't play it at all. And I'm like, even if Blake puts it in there, it'll be like 1 or 2. Yeah, that's where Elder Scrolls should be.
Wait a minute, Blake.
Skyrim
You know what?
alone brings it
You
up
come on
there,
back
but-
sooner than later because it just makes my day that you ruined Jeff's list. Because really, that's all of this podcast is for me now. I just want to ruin Jeff's list.
I didn't even cheat, folks. I didn't even look.
Nope, he
I
had
couldn't
no
even see
clue.
I couldn't see his list.
None of us know each other's list. So we know Jeff's number 1 is off. You know what? This will be fun. Let's hope we get all of these off. It's like Survivor. Let's see how many we can knock off of Jeff.
Well, you're not going to knock off my number 5. so
Well, now that I know that you're
what's what's your number 5? See if you can knock one of mine off.
I don't know. I'm going to start doing RPGs. I'm changing all mine out now.
I told you I avoided putting all these RPGs in.
Number 5. Again, some of these questionable. These are my opinions. Number 5, the Star Wars theories. The Star Wars series. I like
anything with Star Wars in it.
Pretty much. I like. They were not
Knights of
great
the Old
games.
Republic,
Knights of the Old Republic were great. Battlefront. Knights of the Old Republic got me into RPG. I like those RPG ones.
You're right. That is a good. There you go. RPG. You can
there you go.
RPG. Just a Star Wars RPG. Yeah.
Knights of the Old Republic was great.
It was pretty good.
Lots of people like that game. A lot of D&D hardcore RPGers love Knights of the Old Republic.
That's me.
Because it let you be evil.
Oh,
yeah,
it did. And then I like the Battlefront games. They're making a new one of that. Thank God.
Did you like the X-Wing games?
The X-Wings were okay. I did like, I think Shadows of the Empire I liked. That was on the Super Nintendo or something like that. Or Nintendo 64, actually.
I don't remember which one. But
And then you also had the Star Wars games that came out on the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo. Looking back, they were not great games. They were kind of cheap on how they killed you a lot.
Yeah, I didn't like was it the Nintendo one that had the one where you're just trying to blow up the Death Star?
Yeah.
And that... What?
Oh, no, I'm just...
you gave me a look like, what are you talking about? I'm remembering...
Spoilers, they blew up the Death Star in Star Wars? Jeez.
But I just remember the game, the whole game was just to try to fly in and blow up the Death Star. I mean, it's like...
Well, Star Wars...
The game should take 2 minutes to play.
That might be a different one. The Nintendo was at the end of their series, the end of the Nintendo run.
That's why I'm afraid. I'm thinking it might even be an Atari game.
I think you might be thinking Atari.
Yeah.
Because the Nintendo ones, you actually played the trilogy. And it was very true to the trilogy. But, you had to jump across this pit, and, you could barely make it. You would try 100 times and barely make it.
Are you talking about Pitfall?
No.
Come on. Pitfall is so easy to
Oh,
get
wait a
across
minute.
those
There's no
pits.
jumping on alligator heads. Okay, I'm sorry.
Just tauntauns. So Star Wars was my number 5.
My number 5 is my one sports game that I have on my list.
Okay.
And it's probably, not one that probably anybody else has on their list. The PGA Tour Series.
Okay.
Especially considering, if you know me and how much I do not like golf. Playing golf on the old Sega Genesis, that game was... I think I had 4 different games because they would come out with new courses and everything. And I spent hours... Pretty much when I was making my list, I'm like, well, which games do I own at least multiple games in the series? Because if I went out and bought more than one game... I think I had 3 or 4 of the PGA Tour. They got a little ridiculously hard, when they started doing the Tiger Woods. Because they're all the Tiger Woods EA Sports.
Well, now they're back to PGA.
Since they dropped Tiger Woods, but they just made the game too complicated to play. It was fun, and that was the exact level that I wanted to play at. So those early 90s, early mid 90s PGA Tour games are the ones that I like.
I think I achieved your level of happiness with Golden Tea in the bar, drinking beer with the little scroll ball.
Yeah, the biggest problem with that is it's $2 to $3 a game at Golden Tea, where, for $40 to $50 when those came out, I could play it forever.
Forever?
Forever.
That's why it's on his list?
Yes. What's your number 4? We'll give you, Jeff, the benefit of the doubt so no one else takes it. What's your number 4?
My number 4 is Tomb Raider.
Okay.
Pretty much the reason I bought the original PlayStation was the Tomb Raider game.
Okay.
I played it over at Sony's, and I'm like, I love this. I want to get it. And it got better after the first one, because went back and tried to play the first one with the very square angular graphics. It was difficult to play, and I haven't even played the new one yet. The new one I hear is fantastic
for the Xbox, and now it's coming to the Xbox One and 3, and it came to PlayStation 4 as well. Got great reviews.
Yeah, it's got great reviews, and I haven't played that one yet, and I can only assume it's taking up from where the others left off.
Because there were some dark days of the Tomb Raider series. There were some really bad games.
It fell, but those first about 3 of them, I
agree. The first 3 were pretty good. Blake, what you got for number 4?
My number 4 really wasn't too much of a franchise because there wasn't release after release. There's only a couple, but I still found it better than Jeff's number 1, Elder Scrolls. You can't go wrong with the Neverwinter Nights. Oh, it's mostly PC. Almost all PC games.
That's That's a Dungeons and Dragons one, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. I considered putting just all Dungeons and Dragon titles like Baldur's Gate and Neverwinter
No.
Nights and all that on.
No.
No, I can't do Baldur's
No,
Gate.
you can't.
I'm not allowed to like Baldur's Gate.
Yes, you can.
Oh,
It's just on
But
his
you can't
list.
group it.
It's early up.
You just can't group it together with Neverwinter Nights.
I think it's on his list.
I grouped them together because they were all under the D&D name.
Yeah,
That's
but they're
why.
different.
And I'm even going back to, like, when I was talking about the D&D ones, I'm going back to the ones that were on the Commodore
Go back
64.
to like old Pools of Radiance.
That's what it was called.
Go
yeah.
back to the old TSR games. They're going to be re-releasing those, I guess, because they finally got the
Licensing
copyright problem situated out. Wizards of the Coast and TSR. So I think you can buy almost all of those coming out soon together in one lump. One lump
Oh,
as
yeah.
an episode.
But yeah, I was going to go all the way back to, those old, TSR, I'm sorry, the old Commodore games, all the way through
Yes.
anything they put out.
The
So I
old
put them
adventure.
all
The
in
old
thing.
adventure where you're like the
I got
red
a key.
square, blue square running around.
It was a yellow square.
I played on black and white TV, so I don't know.
Almost little did you know those graphics would become popular in 2014 in Minecraft.
Build the castle.
If I could only have, saw the future then and say, yeah, these shitty graphics I played with 20 years ago is going to make you millions of dollars with a kid's game that has no point.
I've never played Minecraft, thank God. I don't want to be addicted.
Was there anything more you need to say about Neverwinter's Night? I don't.
Are you good?
Drizzy Dwarden, you can't go wrong with that stuff.
That's
all right.
Number 4 for me, Assassin's Creed.
Okay.
I liked Assassin's Creed, except I felt like I had to keep jumping off of buildings into hay bales.
Conveniently placed.
Conveniently placed.
I don't know.
There's no
sometimes
logical person in real life who'd be like, I'm up on this roof and there's a hail stack
Sometimes
down
they felt inconveniently placed,
Yeah.
and you kept missing them.
In the later ones, you could jump into water. No, I liked the last one. Second last one was was the Revolutionary War.
Yeah.
Loved that era. That was great. It got it got decent reviews, but they said, it wasn't as good as the other ones. I liked it. First one was good. Second one made it better. Third one with the Revolutionary War was amazing.
Did they do a pirate one? Or?
And that's the one I got now for the PlayStation 4 is the pirate one. Sad thing is I've not played it in about a month.
I don't think I've played a video game in 6 months.
I love my video games.
And see, anytime you can weave the Freemasons into a plot, it's going to be good.
That's true.
Great conspiracy theories.
And the pirate one is more. If you haven't tried one, do the pirate one because the brand new one because you don't need to have the other games. It's a different timeline. They kind of not reboot it, but they kind of made it a fresh start.
I thought they all were kind of a fresh start, weren't they?
Yeah, but they're all kind of connected to the same two people and the history. There's a lot of backstory.
There's got to be some connection, but still.
Correct, but there's a lot of
So,
backstory, and it was
yeah.
kind of getting a lot of stuff.
It's all
into
about
it.
memories,
Yeah, it was all about memories.
but I can't remember exactly what it was.
Memories. I want a caveman one so they can go back into the dinosaurs. Give me that.
There you go.
You could jump off Tyrannosaurus Rex heads.
Into a thing of
Hay
dung.
bale.
Dung. Just dung.
Oh, there'd be piles of hay there.
Yeah, that's my favorite timeline when the humans and dinosaurs coexisted.
Yes, that's right. But, no, I love them. Like I said, there's another new one, Shocking, come out in October.
Oh, they're throwing them out.
Every October it comes
Yeah.
out. The pirate one was fun. It is fun because it's a whole different type of atmosphere of game, but Assassin's Creed, I enjoy those. So,
All right. So then you're number 3.
the Batman Arkham series.
See, I haven't played those. So
Oh,
I can't,
those are wonderful.
I can't say one thing or another about them.
That's one of those games that I mean to go buy and play, but I just don't get around to it because real life gets in the way.
I was just waiting for Jason to hand me down.
Or just wait for
I sold all
free
mine.
one.
Yeah, I know you did.
I sold all mine 360. The new one comes out for all the next generation systems and the old systems. I think the old systems in October this year. So it's a final one of the Arkham series.
Yes. They did get
and Paul
rave
Dini,
reviews.
they didn't hire Paul Dini to
No,
write
this is
it.
the
though.
final one. They didn't.
He wrote the first 2, and they didn't hire him to write the third one. I'm a little disappointed in him.
So supposedly in the third one, you're going to have a lot more characters you can play as, and the Batmobile's a playable
character?
No, you can play with the. But no, the Arkham series is great. It's basically GTA, Grand Theft Auto in Gotham, especially this last one. The last 2. The first one, you're trapped in Arkham's asylum. The next one is Arkham City. The third one, again. So you got another one come out. So I love it. I've been waiting for a good Batman game all my life, and they finally did it.
They finally got you one.
So, you can beat up the thugs pretty easily. You can take 12 down at a time with little combos and that, but it's easy to play. And then it has all the main bad guys in all of the games. So, take a look at that one. What's your number 3, Jeff?
My number 3 is the Red Dead series.
Oh, I love those.
Red Dead Revolver.
How did I not add that?
I don't know. And
Damn it!
I know we spent many a times trying to kill each other in the Red Dead Revolver.
Yes.
We'd go on the split screen maps or whatever. But Red Dead Revolver and Red Dead Redemption, just the massive scale of Red Dead Redemption.
And they're making another one. That's the rumor.
They better.
I don't understand how you don't.
I mean, they need to continue this. I mean, I spent so much time. I never even did finish Red Dead Redemption because I spent so much time doing everything that eventually I stopped playing because other things got in the way and never went back to it. But
Red Dead Redemption is pretty damn good.
I need to go back and finish that.
Yeah,
is what I was thinking.
Of course, when you get to the main bad guy at the end, don't just shoot him from behind like I do, because you don't win the game that way. You have to wait till he turns around and you draw with him. But I was like, but he's right there. I just want to shoot him.
I'm just sniping if I can snipe.
Your honor code is not, it's like...
Oh, wait a minute, you're a criminal in this.
Yeah, let me shoot him.
And I mean, it's like, okay, I'm a criminal. Even if I'm reformed, I'm killing a bad guy in the back. I don't care.
Red Dead Redemption, I've spent a lot of time going in the desert. I did hunting a lot.
Oh, I spend way too much time picking plants in that game.
Oh, that's right. You did pick plants.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, oh, there's a plant I haven't picked yet.
Actually, I think the first game, we were at a poker party when we first saw it, and we both got out of the poker game. We were eliminated. Oh, time to play the game. Yeah, this game looks pretty good. That game was awesome. I forgot about the first one.
Yeah, and that's what I like, the split screen. I mean, that's my only first-person shooter that I'm going to put. Unless you count, like, the Elder Scrolls, because you can shoot bow and arrows.
Which was number 5 on Blake's list. Is that number 1 on yours?
Yes. But I'm not a huge first-person shooter, but in the Old West series or whatever, it feels more natural or feels right. I don't know. But, okay, that's it. Number 3 was my Red Dead. Blake, number 3.
With my number 3, I actually kind of got a little bit away from the RPG, and I actually went with... this old game that originally started out on PC, and it's still on PC, but they also got the game console for it. But it was a great turn-based strategy game, XCOM, Enemy Unknown.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I know that one.
I don't.
Yes.
I spent back in the Windows 95 days when that game originally came out, Microprose with that old game. And so you would go around and basically, alien invasion, you thwart them off, and you would build your teams to go around and turn-based combat. And then they turned it into XCOM Terror from the Deep, which was basically the same game, exactly the same game, except it was underwater instead of ships. You had subs, and but then you had X Game Apocalypse, which I could never finish because it crashed your computer.
Oh,
but they just came out the past year, a little over a year ago. They just rebooted it. So you can go onto the Steam network and you can get the new XCOM, and they rebooted it, updated it, modernized it, and the graphics in the game and the hours you can play it are a lot of fun.
All right.
Okay. What was your number 2?
My number 2?
Yes.
Yes. My number 2, of course, is the Baldur's Gate series.
Oh, okay.
Because of the Baldur's Gate, I said, no, you can't complete it.
I think I know what number 1 is then.
But with the Baldur's Gate series, it was another, granted, it's like a 2D, 3D, it can't be first person.
Yeah.
And you're running around with your main character plot. I think as far as plots go, it had a very good plot. You end up fighting your essentially, half brother, more or less, Spawn and Ball. And of course the extension you can put into it to Sword Coast, and then you can go into they added Baldur's Gate 2 and then 3, which was actually kind of an extension of 2, but it was good, and it was a lot of time involved in very in-depth world, and you can spend many hours of your life working on it.
Yeah, I played the first one. I spent way too much time to really have accomplished nothing in the game, is how I feel it was. I didn't go on from there, but I really loved it when I was playing it.
I walked past it when in the store.
You knew it existed.
I didn't know it existed. Didn't.
And you know what? And they just recently came out where you can play the entire series with anybody over any kind of media platform. iPad to PC to console, and so you can go on Steam again and you can get that.
So I'm gonna write the Steam down because
Steam is
where
pretty
you go
impressive.
to find things. I've never been there.
Yes.
Number 2 for me, Call of Duty. They're not different games. Let's be real. They're all the same games, just a little bit different time periods. I love them because I love the multiplayer aspect of it.
See, I hated the multiplayer.
Well,
aspect
that's
of
when
it.
you made fun of the 12-year-olds yelling at you online, and it was great.
Yeah, I that's where our personalities very differ because they just annoyed me enough that I didn't even want to be on there.
And me, I just kept kicking them when they're down.
And I was so bad at the game that,
you were pretty bad.
Yeah. I bought the game and I went and played with you guys and I'm like, I don't even know what's going on, but all I know is I turn around and I'm dead. And I'm like, where is the fun in this?
How can I get from the beach to that thing without dying? And it doesn't matter.
You're like Jim from The Office. You're using a missile launcher.
Exactly. I was dying laughing when I was doing that because that's exactly how I played that game.
Me and
You
my-
killed your own teammate. I'm like, it was a person. He ran in front of me. I pulled a trigger.
My buddies and I, and Jeff was on occasion.
Yeah, I think I did it maybe a half a dozen times and thought, I know.
Before I had kids, even the first year after I had kids, we would get on Saturday night about 9 o'clock.
You
and
called it
play
your date night, didn't you?
We did call it a date night, a bro date night. There was like 6 or 7 of us that played all the time, and we played until like 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and that was I had a blast with that. I wish I could do that again. Not well if I could stay up past 1, but
I do admit it was funny when you were purposely yelling and egging on the 12-year-olds.
yes,
because that's 12-year-olds. Like whenever somebody does something, they call you a fag.
yes.
So, Jason and Colorman Nick.
Colorman Nick.
And a
We
couple
actually
other guys.
then became gay lovers throughout the whole thing.
Oh,
because
they went on and on.
and we just kept going, and they're like, "Really, you guys are?" Yes, and just kept going, and yeah. So I loved it just for the interaction. I do have it for the PlayStation 4. It's beautiful. It's graphically. Nobody I know has PlayStation 4 except one person. Shout out to you, Chris. Yeah, I mean, I still play multiplayer online, but I do miss the days of playing with everybody. If the Green Up guys would get off their asses and get rid of their Xbox One or whatever and come over to the PlayStation Network, we could all play. Just saying.
To the dark side.
So there you go. What's your number 2, Jeff?
My number 2, Final Fantasy.
The movie?
A lot of Final Fantasy.
A lot of Final Fantasy.
Still,
from 1 to
1,000.
13-2. I think they
Got another one coming out soon too.
But then again, like I said, I didn't like the whole big the MMORPGs necessarily, but I remember the first Final Fantasy back in my collegiate days. I remember me and my friends sitting around playing that one, and that I was just I just loved the turn-based combat, and we and then years later, Final Fantasy VII came out, which pretty much changed the way things did it. And I know Final Fantasy X was one of an
I was hooked on
one.
Final Fantasy V for the Super Nintendo. I think
That
that was
one I
5.
never played,
I think
so-
that was 5. It was whichever one that first came out for the Super Nintendo. I was hooked on that one. I love that one.
3. I think they had Final Fantasy Tactics on the Super Nintendo.
I remember growing up, one of my friends had PlayStation, and Final Fantasy VII came out, and it was on 2 or 3 discs or something like
I
that.
think it was a 3-discer.
And he's like, "You got to see this." And I went over, it's like, "Oh my god, it's like watching a cartoon movie." It's
Yeah.
amazing. And then you look back, it's like, it's still impressive, but it's like, wow, really, we were that excited.
But it was
at the
was
time
that
it
good.
was.
At the time it was
Yeah.
But
I just remember he had multi discs on it.
and I'm even including in the Final Fantasy series the Kingdom Hearts games because they're tied into them.
There are tied into.
A lot
Just
of
with
people
Disneyfied.
a lot of people that play the Final Fantasy and get into it. They really are faithful to that Really faithful to that series.
But and that's the thing is people, and that as I was reading what other people were saying about these games, and it's like, and everyone seems to agree. The games that are good, everyone agrees it's good. The games they don't like, everyone agrees they're bad. it's like everyone loved Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy or X, Final Fantasy X2, but then they hated 11, and everybody hated it.
Well, so you got if you want to save money, those are the ones you buy.
Yes, not all.
Not the ones that everybody
1,
hates.
7, X2 are the.
What was your number
you go.
one, Jeff?
Oh, my number one was the
what
Elder
was that?
Scrolls.
Yeah.
series.
Oh, that's the same game over and over again. You go get something for somebody and bring it back to them.
Oh no, I just
Yeah,
thought,
but you have to kill people while you're doing it.
That's true. Skyrim, the latest episode, was I go on these quests, and then I get interrupted by some dragon attacking my ass all the time, and I gotta kill the damn dragon and keep
killing
moving
the
on.
dragon that's the best part because you got to absorb the dragon powers.
I thought it was more fun when Blake was saying dog bitch.
Exactly.
Okay, go ahead. I wrote down what your number one is, but go ahead.
I did a change on the fly. Go figure.
Go figure.
But I actually got two number ones, and I'm kind of torn between them. But because it is a bit. So I want to hear, what do you think my two number ones were?
Thief.
Yes.
I know, Blake.
I'll tell you what. I have not
Thief.
bought the latest Thief
Yes.
because I am very hesitant to do so because of I know what it is. Being a true Thief fan, and if you go online, people have modded Thief, the original PC game. They've gone through. You can go online and buy, or not buy. You can go download tons of modules that people that are such a big fan of the game can put into it in their own flesh and blood, and you go through their own little modules and things. I think the popularity of the original Thief in the PC into Deadly Shadows. What is it? Deadly Shadows?
Yeah.
Into the Xbox one, where I also became a fan of Warren Spector until he became a Disney clone. Bastard. He got Disney-fied. So, it goes back to that. And the fact that I love that so much, I have actually based a number of D&D characters off of Garrett himself. So...
You could buy the PlayStation 4 and get it.
Yes.
Then I could have two friends on PlayStation 4.
That is correct. I'll eventually get around to it, but I just found out that they got it on Xbox 360, and I'm thinking, well, maybe I don't have to buy a new one for this game.
I think you do.
But if I was going to buy
Do they
a
have
console,
a PS3?
if I was going to buy a
I'm not ready
console,
to buy PS4 yet, but
if I was going to buy a console for one game and one game only, it would be for the new Thief. Until they kind of messed with the original concept with it.
Yeah.
So
It's more
How
Assassin's
dare they.
Creed now.
kind of Assassin's Creed, and then also kind of with Dishonored.
Yeah.
I actually played Dishonored. I love Dishonored because it was kind of like my Thief stand-in until I got the real crack, which would be the next Thief. But then the real next Thief didn't really, when I read about it, I'm hesitant to buy it because I may be disappointed in it. And, but my other one, honorable mention, kind of number one, because I also loved it an awful lot, and that was...
I don't have another
Jason,
one.
you don't have another one. But you are right, Thief. You put it on the nose, but I also really enjoyed Fallout an awful lot.
Okay.
I like the Fallout series.
Okay, give you that.
Never played the Fallout series.
I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Same game engine as Elder Scrolls and Skyrim,
yeah.
etc.
In a post-apocalyptic world.
Yes.
So, my number one,
Mr. President.
Mario Brothers.
Yeah, that was so easy to predict.
How do you know? What?
Oh, I was if I gave an honorable mention, it was going to be Mario. I thought about doing it to ruin your list.
Bring it.
I was going to ruin your list, but I knew you were going to go Mario.
I love Mario. Super Mario Brothers 3, Super Mario Brothers 1, 2 can go fuck itself.
I disagree 100%. I loved 2.
Well, you would. I don't even know what that means.
It had different play mechanics or whatnot than the others, I agree, but I still thought it was a good game, and it was the first game that gave other playable characters other than just Mario.
Because it wasn't originally supposed to be a Mario game.
No, it wasn't.
They shoehorned it in.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
When I was in college, Super Mario Brothers was a good time waster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Back on the old Nintendo.
I love
NES.
Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo is quite possibly one of my favorite games of all time.
And Kart, Super Mario Kart.
Super Mario Kart, I love that one. That is great. At one point, I think my wife and I think on the Nintendo Wii, I think we're above 1,000 races total combined against each other, because you get a certain characters or something or points or little bonuses at 500 and 1,000. And when we hit 500, we're like, wow, that's a lot of races we've done. Then you get up to 1,000, you're like, dear God, how much time have we wasted on this game?
None. You wasted no.
It is. It's
None.
great. I love that game.
You sit down, start drinking beer, play the game.
So from beginning till when I was in 1985 to even now, I will play a Mario game all the time.
Yeah. The biggest reason I couldn't put Mario on my list is because I have never owned a Nintendo system.
Wow.
And I'm like, if I loved the games enough, I would at least buy the system you can play it on.
Yeah.
But I've owned, from the Ataris, I've owned Sega Genesis, 3 different PlayStations, an Xbox. Never owned anything put out by
PlayStation
Nintendo.
4 eventually, moving on. So there you go, there's your top 5. So ever since that episode, Blake has never left the Bob Studios. Now he knows Origin. And coming up next is episode number 41, where we were at the Miamitown Paranormal Festival. It's a live audio recording, and we were kind of tired by the end of the day, so we did a easy top 5. We did a top 5 alcoholic drinks, and it's Blake, Jeff, myself, and even Nick is joining us. So this is episode number 41.
All right, so I suppose I'm in the top 5. Well, we're sitting over here, and at the Paranormal Fest, they are auctioning off or raffling off a barrel of spirits.
Yes.
Barrel of spirits.
So you guys got some money down on the big box of booze over there.
Yes. It didn't seem like, a lot of people have put in for the barrel of spirits, so I think me, Nick, and Blake have a really good shot at this.
We at least have a 30% chance.
I think so, because nobody's really looked at it.
But in honor of the barrel of spirits, our top 5 is our top 5 adult beverages.
Yes, non-geek related. First non-geek related top 5.
I don't know, geeks drink.
Nah, that's true. That's true.
Sometimes they drink some of the best drinks.
That's right.
That's right.
Number 5, Blake. What is your number 5?
I'm claiming the bottle of amaretto. The bottle of amaretto in the big box of spirits over there. I love amaretto. I can do it with Coke. I can do it with orange, or I can just do it straight up on ice. Yo. I pour some out for my homies.
Number 5 for me is an old school. This is going to make me sound really bad, but back when I was in the 20s, I used to hang out with you guys.
Hey, what are you doing there?
Yeah, in the 1920s.
What do you got there?
Snake bite. Yukon Jack,
Yukon
lemon juice.
Oh, my friend from college, that was his favorite shot.
I've got a bottle of Yukon Jack you can have that I think Jeff's brother might have given me for my 21st birthday that has never been opened.
Well, Nick, you remember I used to buy the snake bites. Remember that at the bars?
You would buy them all the time.
I am so disappointed in you when you said snake bite. Now this is where my history of culture and traveling around the world as a sailor comes in. I first was introduced to a snake bite back in the late 1980s.
Okay.
I was illegal, of course. I was under 21, but I was in a foreign country called London, England.
That counts.
And that's where I got snake bites. It was a half lager, half cider, and you can get something that's called striking it black, which usually is like throwing in like a shot of like something dark, like a blackberry cordial. I was so enthralled with this drink. When I came back to the States and I was finally turned 21, I said, I want a snake bite. And they kept, give me your damn shot, Jason. I said, no, I want a half lager, half cider. And this is back, they're like, what is cider? It's like a cider. It's an alcohol cider. And let me just say, it's taken about 30 years for America to catch up, but you can actually go to places and ask for a snake bite and get a half lager, half cider that's educated, not the liquor shot that you had, Jason.
Yukon Jack, lemon juice. But
half
again,
cider, half lager, strike it black.
It could be like a movie from your childhood. You thought it was really awesome, and if you've had it recently, it may not be. And I think my Yukon Jack is not going to be or my snake bite is not going to be very good if I tried it now.
I don't know.
I'm up for it.
It's one of the shots that I may do. And I'm not a big shot drinker, so.
No.
See, I'm just glad that I ended up with the bottle of Yukon Jack that I never opened, because the other bottle that I had the option of was a bottle of Southern Comfort that ended up with one of our other friends, And let's just say that night ended very badly for him, and 15 years later, he still will not drink Southern Comfort.
What's your number 5?
Number 5 for me is tequila.
Oh, I think I've had one of
tequila.
those nights on tequila that I won't drink it anymore.
That was my number 3.
Oh, take it off the board.
No, I've built up a natural resistance to tequila because my big brother in the fraternity would make me do shots without salts and lemons. So to this day, I can still impress people by just drinking it straight.
If you have the right tequila, you don't need salt and lemon.
That's correct. Yeah, but we're talking America here 20 years ago. This was bad tequila. The stuff they have today, it's smooth and nice. The good stuff. You're absolutely right.
I do love some tequila. I've had some rough nights from tequila. I don't think that anybody that ever says I love tequila has not had a rough night from tequila.
I could say I hate tequila, and it's because I've had rough nights from tequila.
With us?
You probably even before you guys. I don't know if I've even done tequila with you.
I think you've done Patron with me.
I think you made me do a shot one time.
Probably his bachelor party. I bought the bottle for his bachelor party, and everybody took a shot before we went
That's
out.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. Because good stories don't start off with salads.
That's right.
Right? That's how it
So I
goes.
was tossing a salad.
Whoa, wait a minute. Unless you're in jail. Wait a minute.
Or Jeff's Saturday night.
Oh, no.
Which we don't judge. Good for you.
I don't want to know.
Congratulations. Okay, Jeff was number 5.
My number 5 is a Tom Collins. It's just pretty
Tom
much-
Collins, see? Yeah.
It's one of
Are
the
you
old-timey-
87?
No, I don't do a lot of drinks. That's one of them I can. You know, gin and bitters. I mean, it's bar
Before the
lemon.
Tom Collins, I'm in a highball. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just had a man.
I don't like that. I like the Tom Collins. It's gin. Okay, I'll call it something else. I'm sorry. I like to do a gin and lemon. How's that?
Okay. Isn't that called a gimlet?
No, that's vodka.
I just like how we didn't even give you a shot out of the gate. You're number 5, and we're just attacking.
You can do that every week. So.
Drop it down.
All right, so start with our 4 then.
What's your number 4, Jeff?
My number 4 is a Screaming Dead Nazi.
I don't know what that is.
What is that?
It is a shot combination of Jägermeister, Rumpelmans, and 151 rum.
Wow.
See, it surprises me this is number 4 on your list, Jeff, because as long as I've known you, it's pretty much been strictly beer, only beer, just beer.
Well, we've got 3 more left on my list. I mean, beer. I could just put beer for top 5, but
Is the Screaming Dead Nazi? Is that like, I'm not being funny, is that like a common drinker? Like,
Yeah,
if
you
you
can
went
look it
to a
up.
bar
If you-
anywhere in the country, they would know what that
I
is.
don't know if the bartender would. If you type into your online
Is it on there?
bartender
Okay.
guide, it's on there.
Okay, I've never heard of it. I was just wondering.
I think it's a Screaming Nazi. No, it's a Dead Nazi, I think, without the rum, but you add the rum, it's Screaming Dead Nazi. I mean, we did this in college long before I even knew what it was called. I found out it was called just a couple of years ago. But yeah, that's what it is on online bar guides. So.
Okay. And Nick, what's your number 4?
For mine, my number 4 is craft beer in pretty much just about any.
Really? That's how basic you went?
That's how basic I went, just because I was turned on to just the craft beer scene a few years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, and pretty much any more won't drink that much more other than that. For me, slumming it anymore would be drinking a Sam Adams.
I don't disagree with you because I cannot drink Miller Lite, Bud Light, anything. And I'm not trying to be snobbish, but it is true. Like
I'll drink it if I'm doing, like, I go on a golf outing every year in the spring, and I'll drink stuff like that down there just because you're going to drink a lot of volume.
Yeah.
But anymore, when I drink a beer, I'm drinking 1 or 2 beers a night, and if I'm going to drink it, I want to drink something good.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
No, and then our city here in Cincinnati has a huge, big craft beer scene that's exploding on the market. I mean, there's too many to count even more breweries that are popping up all over the place.
So just a recent example, I was on vacation, and we stopped on our way home at a place that had a huge craft beer selection, and I just happened to look at their board, picked one out, and just loved it. And it ended up being in English. I didn't know what it was until I looked it up after I got home. It was a beer from England. It's from Ilkley, Ilkley brewery. It's called the Mayan. It's a chocolate, it's chocolate chipotle stout.
Wow. Ouch.
It was fantastic, and I can't find. I've looked for it since I've been home, and I can't find it anywhere that it's distributed in the United States. So I don't know how they got the keg of it that they were serving, but I wouldn't have tried it if I wasn't turned on to it.
I would like to change my number 4. Now it should be just general craft beer. Damn it, that's a good one, Nick. But I'll do craft beer but I don't want to copy off you. Number 4 for me, it's just because it's the summertime in that summer shandy. It's line and Googles. It's great. It's just really damn good.
It's a nice, refreshing after a hot day out.
Yeah, cutting grass or something.
That is correct. And when back in the days, again, I'm talking. When I was in Germany, I was in the summertime. We were in a beer garden with some German friends that I had known because they'd married some Spanish girls that I was friends with at the time. And we went and we were sitting down and it was hot, and I saw them pouring lemonades in the beers. I'm like, what the hell is that? They're like, that's a Radler. I'm like, and then they're pouring Coca-Cola in the beers. I'm like, what's that? It's Pool. I'm like, how come we don't do this stuff in the States? What's up with that?
20 years later.
20 years later, now it's here.
You just took you a while to bring it back for us.
It took a while. I kept asking for it in the bars and pubs, and I kept getting kicked out. And now I know. Now they got it there.
They're like, we only got Tom Collins.
We only got see?
Get your Tom Collins or a Manhattan.
You got some Budweiser. We got some Budweiser and Busch, eh?
Manhattan. Good. What's your number 4, Blake?
My number 4, I like doing Dr. Pepper's, the alcoholic version.
The flaming version?
Yes. Nice. I haven't done those since college, but they still taste good.
They still taste good even though I haven't done one in 20 years?
That's right. Even though I haven't done one in a while. I still want to. It's just I'm just too old for that shit now.
Yeah,
Never too old.
Wow. What's your number 3?
Number 3 is we'll stick with the German beer garten. I like any German Helles, any Hefeweizen.
Good call. Good call.
Yep. I'll drink it.
Damn. I'm really suck on my top 5. There's a lot of good stuff out there. I want to kick my snake bite off. I want to put craft beer at number 5.
Too late, already said.
Damn it.
Oh, your number 3, Jay?
My number 3's out, tequila.
Tequila.
How is it that this is like the most aggressive and non-aggressive top 5, and I got eliminated?
Only one, come on.
So,
number 3.
For number 3, I narrowed my craft beer because that step up from one is, as Jeff was saying, the local breweries in Cincinnati. There's a brewery called Rheingeist. More definitively on that is their beer that they have. It's Truth IPA and their Franz Oktoberfest. Both of those are fantastic, and they make my list at number 3.
You do love that. I do remember. After softball, you do get some of that, don't you?
Rheingeist.
It's a good brewery. It's a small brewery. They're growing in Canning here in Cincinnati, but they're really good.
Jeff, what's your number 2 or 3?
My number 3 are any and all of those chillos that Blake has made and brought to the studio.
There are some good chillos.
We'll have to ask Neil and Annalise if they started making them. And
they did.
And
I think they did.
Now awesome. They aging them properly?
I don't know.
At least you got to go at least 10 days.
At least 10 days. But we'll find out how they like them. But
the longer it goes, the smoother it'll get.
It is good.
Yes, but I'm voting for the
Blake's there is
Chillos.
A bottle of limoncello in the barrel of spirits, and I just looked at it and laughed. I was like, hi, one of you guys can have that.
Because they don't compare to Blake's.
That's right.
Have you had Blake's limoncello?
No, I have not.
I mean Blake's limoncello.
Oh, that.
You know, I've got some more. I got some arancetta left over. I'll bring some more next time.
Jeff, what's your number 2?
My number 2, I'm just going
Manhattan.
Broad. No, I'm going into the beer section now. I'm just going like the Pilsner style beer.
Okay. Any specific?
No, just pretty much all. I mean, well, like I know Nick just mentioned the IPA, and I know that's an in thing right now, but I'm just not a fan of the IPAs.
I love the IPAs.
Too hoppy for me. And it's like, I like beer and all, but those just, and it seems to be in, it's like everything is an IPA. Yeah. I want to try something new, and they're all IPAs.
I think it's more of an acquired taste where you have to start with something that's a little bit lighter, start with like a session IPA that's a little bit lower alcohol content and move up. Find something that tastes good.
But there's plenty of other things out there that I like, so I'll just drink those.
Okay. What's your number 2, Nick?
My number 2 is going still with the beer theme with the craft beer, and it's any Founders Brewery beer.
Okay.
For me, Founders. If I only could drink beer from one brewery forever, it'd be Founders. Theirs is fantastic. I've never had a bad beer from them. Specifically, their Backwoods Bastard beer, which is coming up. The release is in November. If anybody of the listeners have access to it, I highly recommend it. It is number 1 on my all-time list, even ahead of some of the other Founders beer that get rated higher than them with their breakfast stout and their Kentucky bourbon stout and some of their really high IPAs, but just anything from Founders.
And if people from Founders are listening, you can send us free samples.
Yes.
At the History of Bad Ideas, care of the Bob Studios.
Yes. At the History of Bad Ideas, historyofbadideas@gmail.com. You can email us, please. My number 2 is something that gets me supposedly, I don't know, jumping on couches, I don't know. Cherry Coke and vodka.
Is that your secret to winning dance contests?
It kind of is.
Well, actually, it's just cherry vodka and Coke.
Cherry vodka and Coke, I'm sorry. Sorry.
But I suppose you could just do vodka and cherry Coke, and it'll probably taste
Is it the same or is it different?
Nope. Coke and cherry vodka. That is gotten really darn good. Your sister got me hooked on it, and I curse her every time, but allegedly I dance on couches with it. I don't know.
I saw it happen.
I don't remember that. But it is so damn sweet and so damn good. So yes, I'm going with that. Blake, what's your number 2?
I like a good sangria. I'm not talking about, laxy commercial stuff. I'm talking about a good sangria that is made with, some good red wine, a lot of good fruit. You got to have the right amount of brandy in there, and I don't want wine with fruit in it. I want sangria. I want red wine. I want brandy, and I want fruit.
Does your wife drink the same stuff that you do?
She's all stuck on these. What's it? Sweet white wine. I forget.
Oh, okay.
She's stuck on these Asti Moscato di Astis.
Okay. I didn't know because you make some good alcohol, so I was just wondering.
Yeah. She knows the limiter touches to the limoncello has bad effects on her.
What's your number 1?
My number 1, I'll tell you what. I used to make these when I lived on the beach in Spain, and my buddy Whit Robinson used to hang out, and we would talk to the senoritas because my balcony was on the beach, and beneath the balcony was a payphone, and all them Spanish girls used to line up and would talk on the payphone for like an hour at a time.
How many quarters did they put in?
You didn't need quarters, just needed pesetas.
My bad.
So we would sit there, I would mix White Russians. And, when the dude came out, he's making White Russians, I started laughing really hard because I was like, that is so epic. You can't turn down a good White Russian.
Okay. Women or?
Both.
Okay. The dude abides.
The dude abides.
I am doing a tie. It's all from the same company, New Holland.
Oh, okay.
Based in Michigan, New Holland Brewing Company. Unbelievable stuff. The only bad one they have is the Monkey King, which is nasty. But I love their New Holland Ichabod, which only comes out in the fall because it's a pumpkin beer. I don't like pumpkin beers except for this one.
You need to try the local Mad Tree pumpkin beer.
Really?
Yes, it's very good.
I've tried a lot of pumpkin beers and they all suck except for the
Well, you
Ichabod.
can buy a 6-pack, and if you drink the one and don't want the other 5, I'll take them off your hands.
Okay. But I love the Ichabod. I love the Mad Hatter. So they have a couple versions of the Mad Hatter. So if you hear this, New Holland in Michigan, great brewery, New Holland Ichabod and Mad Hatter is my number 1.
Sounds like we need to take a Michigan brew trip because
Yes.
that's where Founders is as well as in Michigan.
It's worth it. What's your number 1, Nick?
My number 1 is bourbon.
Just bourbon?
Bourbon.
Straight?
Neat. See, anybody that drinks bourbon with anything other than just water added to it is drinking it wrong. You cut bourbon with a small amount of water to bring it around 40% alcohol, and that's all that's needed. Anybody that drinks it in ice is bastardizing that bourbon.
Wow, a little serious.
Personally, I prefer Four Roses and Blanton's. It would be my two choices if I had to buy a good bottle, but I'll try any of it.
So you're saying your water is not allowed to be in solid form when you add it, huh?
Correct. It doesn't distribute properly. You end up when you start, it's solid, good, crisp bourbon. By the time you get done, you're drinking water.
Oh, you don't drink fast enough then.
Nick likes to sip it.
I like to sip it too, but
Well,
I've never had
that's why-
ice in a drink melt that quickly for me.
You enjoy it.
What's your number one, Jeff?
My number one, still sticking with beer because beer is my number one, but specifically a Dunkelweizen.
Okay.
It's the kind of a dark wheat beer.
Ugh.
What?
I love me a Dunkel also.
But it's the combination between the wheat beer and the dark beers. Dunkelweizen.
Okay.
Everybody should drink them, so they become more popular. So I can just get them everywhere.
So there's your first non-geek top 5. Okay, next up is episode number 35. It was our top 5 favorite movies since 2010. Jeff, Blake, and myself are joined by Nick. And as you can tell, Nick has not seen many films. So episode number 35. Top 5 this week is top 5 favorite movies since 2010.
For people with short-term memory.
Yes.
The last almost 5 years.
Yes.
This is going out to you, 14-year-olds.
Because you didn't know any of the crap we talked about when we did the top movies of the 80s.
They didn't even know what Hanna-Barbera was.
It's part of the podcast you can identify with.
Let's see here. Number 5 goes to Nick. Let's see, Nick. What's your top 5? Number 5.
For my top 5, I had to go with movies that I've actually watched, so I think my list is going to be a little bit different than you guys.
Mary Poppins.
Did you see 5 movies that were released
Have
in
they
the
been out
last
since
5 years?
2010?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you intentionally see these movies or by accident?
A little bit of both.
Did your wife make you watch these?
Yeah.
So we know your
Some
top
of
5 is
them.
going to suck.
All right, the first one I just recently saw was Were the Millers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
That Jennifer Aniston was tolerable in it, and she looked good.
My 5th favorite movie was tolerable.
No. Jennifer Aniston was tolerable. Ed Helms was good in it, and so was the other main character. It was humor.
You just liked her stripper.
It had Nick Offerman.
Oh, that's good for anybody.
Yeah.
So it was good. I liked it.
Because it was tolerable.
So Nick saw 5 movies in the last 5 years.
Hit the Casio.
When I go out to play golf, not go to the movie theater. And I use the term golf lightly.
Yeah, I'd rather sit in a movie theater than walk a golf course.
Who's walking? That's what golf carts are made for.
Oh, lazy golfers. That's even worse than regular golfers.
Jump over the greens with the golf cart. Nick's number 4 is Dorf on golf. So it's okay.
Tim Conway's still alive?
That really got the 14-year-old with demographic there.
All right, I'll go with my number 5.
It was tolerable.
It was a tolerable movie. Now, my number 5, I'm going to go with what I feel is going to be this decade's high school movie that everybody relates to as, when I was in high school, blah, 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 whatnot. Kind of like how The Breakfast Club with the 80s and whatnot. I'm going with Easy A.
Son of a bitch, that's my number 5.
All right, so me and Jason agree with Easy A.
Yeah.
All right.
I like Emma Stone.
Exactly. I mean, let's see. I think I first remember Emma Stone. Oh, God. Emma Stone, was she in...
Zombieland.
No, I remember her before that. Was she in The House Bunny?
Oh, yes, she was, I think.
I think that's where I first remember her. And then she showed up...
Which was not a good movie. That
no,
was
not a good movie at all, no.
That's
and then
Nick's number 4.
No, that was in the 2000s, not the 2010s.
Oh, sorry.
She's also then, I remember in Superbad, which I know...
That was okay.
It was okay, but...
Amazing Spider-Man?
Well, yeah.
She was in that. Yeah, okay.
Well, yeah, but that was after Easy A.
Easy A was funny just because...
She was in Gangster Squad, Movie 43.
Oh, movie 43.
Everybody was in that.
Yeah.
The Help, Crazy Stupid Love, Friends
Oh.
with Benefits,
What year does Crazy Stupid Love come out in?
Crazy
That
Stupid
fit.
Love.
It was in the last 5 years.
2011.
Well, that might be switching up in the case. Moving on.
Yeah, so you're taking Easy A off and putting Crazy
Easy A
Stupid
still on
Love
there.
in?
I love
Oh,
Easy
okay.
A. I thought it was hilarious.
Hey, she was in Malcolm in the Middle.
I don't remember that. All right, now I have to go back and find that one.
For
The
an
one episode.
For the one episode, why not?
No,
The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
I'm not going to find her.
Hey,
in
that's
that.
something our 14-year-old audience can get into. There you go.
All
It
right,
was
but
funny because the kid, her brother is adopted, obviously, and he's what, African American?
Yeah, he's a different race.
And they're like, "You're adopted? Who told you?
Yeah.
I was adopted."
Yeah, well, so I was adopted.
right.
What? Who told you? I mean,
Easy A, the modern version of the Scarlet Letter.
Yes.
yeah,
So there you go. There. That's all we had to say.
yeah.
That was my number 5. So that's easy.
My number 5.
Yes.
I really liked. I'm a big proponent of plot twists. I like where you're watching something and
M. Night Shyamalan
it turns
have a good
out
movie
not
out?
to be what you want. I liked my number 5, Shutter Island.
Oh, yes.
Never saw it, so I can't judge it. Well, I mean, I can judge it. It
Mary.
sucked.
I
No!
thought it was tolerable.
You don't
Number
like
6
it.
on my
I
list.
like it. It was good. I liked it. It was a good
Tolerable.
plot. You go watch. You haven't seen it yet, Jeff?
I have not seen it yet.
Go watch it this week.
I heard all about the plot twist already, so I'm
Yeah.
not sure if it's worth seeing if I already know the end.
I pretty much like anything
That's
Leonardo DiCaprio's in.
Yeah, I like Leonardo.
Okay.
All right.
4.
Number 4.
Like, what's your number 4?
Yeah, we'll send him a finger bang.
Figure bang at you.
Finger back.
Speaking of bangs, number 4, Kick-Ass.
Oh, that
Kick-Ass.
was on my short list.
I liked Kick-Ass. It was one of those surprising, funny ones. Of course, the best part is
Hit Girl.
Hit Girl. It
Chloe
made
Grace
that movie really
Moretz.
funny.
Yes, I agree. Loved that movie. Didn't quite make my list, but
a movie recently that Nicolas Cage has been in that hasn't sucked.
yeah, that's pretty much the only one that hasn't sucked probably since Raising Arizona.
Yeah.
Well, no. Face Off.
Oh, Jesus.
No, that sucked.
Con Air.
That sucked.
Con Air.
Gone in 60 seconds.
Thank you.
No.
Gone in 60 seconds. I like.
Even that sucked.
Delroy Lindo.
I didn't hate Gone in 60 Seconds.
Put the bunny down.
No, I hated that.
Put the bunny
So, Jason,
down.
what's your number 4?
Con Air 2, Electric Boogaloo. Number 4, I'm sorry I'm going all around here, is Dark Knight Rises.
Only 4.
Yes.
I assumed that would have been like 1 for you.
I love Dark Knight Rises, but it's there's a lot of issues with it. The more I watch it, I think I've watched it about 30 times now.
Oh, wow. Okay, I've seen it like 3 and had issues.
I think
so.
I've seen it probably about 30 times. I really wish Dark Knight was in there. It came out
No.
because that would have been number 1. But Dark Knight Rises, I like the whole Nightfall type of storyline. It wasn't completely
Yeah, based off of the Nightfall story.
and No
arc.
Man's Land, Yeah. And I liked Bane, the character, and they finally gave him a good, story.
Well, you didn't like him in
Don't even start
Batman and
talking
Robin?
about Joel Schumacher. Fuck him too. Why don't you make some Spider-Man movies? Then you can all really fucking suck. Anyways, got a lot of anger towards them.
Anger.
Blake's a crazy homeless guy. How did I turn into it this week?
Give us some more fucking Jason. Go fucking.
Learn that explicit this week.
Arg.
Arg. Damn bear pirates. Anyways, so
Don't
yeah,
insult
Dark
the
Knight
bear
Rises-
pirates.
Sorry. The Dark Knight Rises, like I said, I loved it just because Christopher Nolan was able to finish his trilogy. There were some issues with it. That's why I stopped it from being in the top 3 even. I actually had it at number 5. I've gone back and forth with all my top 5s today and honorable mentions. So there was a lot.
I actually had Dark Knight Rises as my number 1.
Did you?
Yep, you took my number 1.
Well, put it on the
But
board!
I was going to make it number 5 because we just had this conversation during the break when you went to go pee. We said number 1's got to be the Dark Knight Rises, so I was going to make it my number 5 just to see if I can knock off your number 1. But I was being nice this week and I put it my number 1, and you put it in my number 5. But it turns out to be your number 5, which is now your number 4 and number 3.
It's
Number 4, which knocks off my number 1.
Put it on the board.
Somebody get him a seizure medicine.
Stop the board. Doug, I hope you're keeping track of our board.
Yes.
It's complicated this week.
There's an algorithm in it. Anyways,
We need a calculus integral for this.
Jeff, what's yours? Number 4.
My number 4 was the darling movie of this spring, the Lego Movie.
Oh.
Everything is awesome.
Everything is awesome. Everything is great when you are part of a team.
That's right.
I laughed. I cried.
You cried?
Well, yeah. It was heartwarming when the father and son got together. I don't want to ruin the end for most people.
I'll be honest, it was kind of hard. It made me cry when the kid was messing up the fucking toys. Why are you adding Westworld to Space World? It doesn't make sense.
Jason was cheering for him to get the Craggle weapon out.
Yes.
But again, a Will Ferrell movie that didn't suck. So yeah, it's great. A Will Ferrell movie on my top 5.
I was playing with my son tonight, and we were playing superheroes, and he had the Imagine X figures, and we decided to put all the Batman and Joker house and all that stuff, all of them, because he's got a crap load of them, up on the train table now, the train circling it. And the best part is, he's got all these figures out and got all these DC guys, and he adds Thor and Spider-Man to it. To which my wife looked at me, and I go, well, technically, I looked at my son and said, technically, these guys would not coexist.
They would in the Amalgam universe.
And he looked at me, and I said, I'm just saying, we can play with them, but just so you know, for future reference, they really don't mix.
Just so you know, this is really disturbing me, son.
To which my wife looked at me and said, you need to get a grip.
His eye was twitching even now as he was talking about it.
I don't understand. Spider-Man does not play with Joker, okay? Does not fight Joker. But I love
Does in the Amalgam universe.
Cognitive dissonance.
And he had Thor, so Thor was going against Clayface, and it's just, I don't know. It was not. But I'm trying. I'm learning.
All right, Nick, what number 4 movie didn't suck this?
We're in the age of tolerance, Jason.
I know.
Tolerate.
The Hunger Games Catching Fire.
Is it because you saw it?
I did see it.
Or your wife told you about it because she read the book.
No, I read the books also.
What?
So I don't want to ruin your list, but is the first movie going to be ranked higher?
No.
Oh, wow, because I thought the first one was better than the second one.
Nick never saw the second
I was
one. He
gonna-
just saw the first one.
No, he didn't see
I
the
saw
first
both.
one.
Okay.
Well, I was gonna. I didn't want to go into the whole thing of I've got 6 things on my list and just put them both as 4.
Why not?
We do it all the time.
The Hunger Games movies.
Okay, we'll
right,
count
there
that.
you go.
There
These
you
are
go.
both
Since 2010.
Nick saw 6 movies in 5 years, and damn it, he's putting them all on there.
I've got a list of the ones that I've seen. It's not long.
I only had to pick 5 of the 8.
It's not like Idris Elba's.
Hello, Idris. Move. Zip.
All right, anything else you want to say about the Hunger Games?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Nick, what's your number 3?
Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows 2.
Harry Potter?
What about Deathly Hallows 1?
No.
No.
Oh, you want to put them both together? For this?
I thought he might.
Because
No.
Daniel Radcliffe whines way too much in 1.
Is he a Sidney Crosby?
Number 2 just has the big battle.
Yeah, exactly. And that's
true.
why number 2's on there,
really
not
like
number
big
1.
I
got
like
the
big
awesome
battles. I
fights.
cannot lie.
Sorry.
That's basically it. The big battle scene at the end
That's
pretty
it.
much makes
Who
it.
whines
Yeah.
more, Daniel Radcliffe or Sidney Crosby? Because I know you don't like Sidney Crosby.
Or evil fantasy Hermione.
Man.
Or Luke Skywalker.
Is that why you
Wow,
like
wait a
part 2?
minute.
That'd be
Hermione, that might be a good fictional character who I want. Going back to hour 1 of the show.
Uncle Owen! Jeff, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is the darling movie of the summer, Guardians of the
Did
Galaxy.
you just say that about Lego movies?
No, that's of the spring.
Oh, my bad.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
I...
Hey, that is my number 1.
No, I did not. I had that as an honorable mention, and the
Okay.
reason is I love it.
It just
Still
has.
new.
I need to,
It's
yes,
too
I need
new.
to watch it a couple more times.
Too
I
new.
thought that. I looked at my list and thought, nope, it's number 3.
Okay.
Gotta do it. And I don't think I need to espouse
Whoa.
anymore. Espouse anymore on Guardians of the Galaxy since we've talked about that. I don't know, since we started this podcast.
I'm just really upset that every time you say expose or big or something, I is almost hitting me with it, okay? It's
Well,
right
it's because
next to
you're
me.
you have him sitting next to you, not over here.
Wake up, Bud. My number 3 is Toy Story 3.
I knew you were going to have that on.
I
your
know.
Oh, I love the synchronicity of 3.
Yes. Or as Kevin Smith says, Schindler's toy box, because it is dark. I've expounded upon it many times on this podcast and love it, and everything's perfect on it. So, perfect way to end a trilogy. Let's make number 4 now.
Yeah, perfect way to end the trilogy.
Let's reboot.
Now we'll do more. Yeah, reboot.
Let's reboot it.
Just have new toys and some new kids.
On a side note, Tom Hanks and Tim Allen are rejoining, or what do you call it?
Reuniting?
Thank you, reuniting.
And it
In
feels
finger
so
banging?
good.
No, not finger bang, but they're doing Disney's The Jungle Cruise, a live-action movie. Yes, based on the Jungle Cruise ride. Okay,
Is there Mowgli in that?
Yeah, well, this is a top 5 list, Jason.
I was just telling you the rumor.
Yeah, I know, but we don't need negativity in our top 5 lists.
It was tolerable. Okay, moving on. Number 3, Blake.
Yeah, my number 3 is another good psychological plot twister. That's got Mila Kunis, Winona Ryder, and of course Natalie Portman. Black Swan.
Black Swan.
I was hesitant to go see this movie at first because it was a lot of estrogen involved in it and ballet, and I don't like ballet, and
Yeah, securing yourself.
I like testosterone. But no, I actually started watching
Thanks, Idris.
started watching it, not out of the perverty, reasons for it. But
you enjoyed it because of the perverty reason.
Damn straight there was. But honestly, in good sense, it was a great plot, a good story, and you don't know if she's actually losing her mind or cracking up. Or
I do like movies that throw in a little ambiguity to make you think of think how it's going to be yourself.
That's right.
I don't want to think for myself. I want them to think for me.
Different movies.
Hence, Harry Potter making your list.
Movies that I've actually seen since 2010.
They get a different list than us. Nick, what's your number 3?
I already did my number 3.
It's Blake's number 2 now.
number 2 is Blake's.
My number 2.
Can't figure it out.
Yeah, let's talk about reboots.
I'll reboot that up.
Actually, this is a remake, and it was a Coen Brothers remake. I actually enjoyed it immensely. True Grit.
That was on my honorable mention as well.
I haven't seen that one. Everything I think about it, I hear about it, says I should like it. I just haven't seen it, so I couldn't put it on my list. Just like Nick couldn't put it on his list.
It was a good movie.
I really enjoyed it an awful lot. I love Coen Brothers, and it's got the dude. So what more do you want? Actually, he does a very good job of his character.
Yes, Rooster.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that came very close to my list. I love westerns, so yeah, finally a good western recently, next to Tombstone from '94.
We're not going with Django Unchained.
I was actually kind of disappointed in Django Unchained. I liked it, but I was kind of bored by it, and I thought, as usual, Quentin just kind of dragged everything.
Now Nick's disappointed because that was his number 1.
I hadn't seen Django, otherwise it might have been on my list, but I hadn't seen that one.
My number 2.
All right.
Let's see. Who do I flip this in number 1 to fuck up Jeff's? I don't know. Number 2, Captain America 2.
Okay, that's not on my list.
No, but number 1's going to be. Anyways,
good, because I get to give my number 2 before you give your number 1.
Most people have to do number 1 before number 2.
I do number 1, number 2 at the same time. It saves a lot of.
I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. Anyways, Captain America 2, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. I think is quite possibly the most well-rounded comic book movie. Not my favorite, but well-rounded. Number 2 favorite because number 1's good. But I thought the script was great. Even if you don't even have the superhero aspect of it, it can come across as a Bourne movie, Bourne supremacy, all that. So we've talked about it a lot. Captain America 2.
I'm about to say it didn't make my list and kind of falls below like Guardian of the Galaxy for me, just because for some reason I don't like Robert Redford in the movie.
I do.
I don't know if maybe him being there, I feel him saying Hail Hydra or something just feels so wrong to me.
Oh, spoilers! 8 months later.
Oh, sorry, Nick.
Damn it, Jeff.
Nick will forget about it in 5 years.
I'll forget about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
What's your number 2, Jeff?
My number 2 is Marvel's The Avengers.
That's my number 1.
Yeah, that's my number 1
Put it on the board.
Oh, knock everybody out.
A superhero movie I actually saw.
Yay!
So everybody's number 1 is officially out now.
Not mine, is it? Yay! So do we want to talk about Marvel's The Avengers, or does everyone just know so much about it and we all love it anyway?
perfect or great
It's
superhero
my
movie.
favorite superhero movie of all time.
So there you go.
Yeah, that made
Blake
it.
number or whatever. What the fuck?
My
Nick.
number 2.
Nick 2.
Saving Mr. Banks.
I've not seen that.
Nick has seen it recently.
Yeah, a movie I've seen. Jeff hasn't.
That's because your wife drug you to that. I haven't seen We're the Millers
No.
either, so. No, your
That's
wife.
tolerable.
it's-
Will the Millers. Will
Ooh,
the
that's
Millers
just tolerable.
It's movies that get picked up off the shelf at the library. Preferably out of the new release section.
Finger Bang 2. Bang Harder.
I'm actually
The
having to go
Electric
look this
Boogaloo?
up. Saving Mr. Banks. What was that?
It's the
Mary Poppins
Mary
one?
Poppins story.
Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
The writing.
Tom Hanks playing Walt Disney trying to get, what's her name to
No,
let
Nick
her.
takes to explain it. It's his list, but you know.
Yeah, go ahead. I didn't actually see the movie. Nick, go explain.
Pretty much what Jeff just said. Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, I didn't go see the movie because I heard the NPR's All Things Considered where they interviewed the guy who wrote the script about it, and he basically talked about the whole Saving Mr. Banks and the relationship with Walt and the old lady. And then I said, I don't need to go see the movie now.
Thanks, NPR.
Thanks,
Nick,
NPR.
Nick didn't hear that on NPR.
Exactly.
So he went to the library and borrowed it.
What number are you on for Orange is the New Black wait list?
It's in transit to the library
Yes.
for us.
Yes.
All right.
And for disc 2, we're 17 of 17
Nice.
on the wait list.
I got Netflix streaming this week.
Oh, yeah, Jason. I saw you.
I got rid of the DVD. My wife and I keep these DVDs for like 5 weeks because we were under they mail it to you.
Here's-
Yeah, we bought a zoo.
You haven't sent it back yet?
No, we're going to. We have till September 24th. But so we're sending that back. But yes, we got Netflix streaming installed. First 6 episodes of Orange is the New Black. Oh, it's awesome. Okay, moving on. Sorry, Nick.
We saw a zoo is actually one that I saw too. That's within the last 5 years, or we bought a zoo.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
within the
that
last
is.
5 years, isn't it?
Yeah.
We got it at the house.
Is it on your list?
It's not on my list. I should add it to my list of movies that I've seen within the last 4.5 years.
Was it any good? We bought a zoo.
It was okay.
Okay.
It was.
Is Matt Damon?
Matt and Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Oh,
Scarlet.
Yeah. She.
ScarJo.
Matt Damon amps.
Scarlet.
So everybody's number one is eliminated.
Except for mine.
What's your number one, Jeff? Wes Anderson film?
Nope.
Oh.
My number one is the best movie Christopher Nolan ever did, Inception.
Oh, jeez. Here we go again.
I'm sorry.
That was in my honorable mention.
Inception is an excellent movie, and I don't understand how people can't like it.
I think it's a ripoff of Dreamscape, that old 1980s movie.
Except it was done 100% better.
Yeah.
Okay.
So its technology was better too.
Well, you're right.
Jeff.
But it didn't have a scary lizard man.
Inception?
we don't need-
I missed that part.
Yeah, we don't need
That was
scary
Dreamscape.
lizard men.
That was V. That was
Oh,
V.
it was
the
V.
Vinny
Yeah,
Staples.
Dreamscape was just trying to do horror shit. Inception was much better.
Yeah, Inception was my honorable mention. Actually, I have a couple more. But
Inception
I like Christopher
was,
Nolan.
Yeah.
Liked Inception.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving
Inception
on.
was my
I
number
just have
one.
a question. So, we've got the movies of the last 4.5 years.
Yes.
How much does the list change in 5 years from now? Even without, if you just go these 4.5 years.
the movies that'll stand the test of time. Black
Yeah.
Swan will stand the test of time.
Won't you said?
Black Swan, I
You-
think.
you
stand
said it
the
will or
test of
won't?
time.
Will.
Oh, okay.
Toy Story 3, Captain America 2, and the Avengers, I think, will. Until Avengers 2 blows it away, I think.
I think my top 5 will, except possibly Lego Movie. I don't know if Lego Movie will feel dated or old or something.
I think
but
Dark Knight Rises falls a little bit.
yeah, I think in the general scheme of comic book movies, is even even Batman stuff, I think it will still be the third best Batman.
I think We're the
movie.
Millers is going to stand the
It's
test
going
of time.
to jump. It's going up.
It's going up.
Whoa.
It's going to be one of them sleeper
From
cult
tolerable
classics.
to adequate. So I
It's
think
going to be one of them cult classics.
It's gonna become the next Highlander.
Yes.
Well, that won the
gonna be the
Academy
next
Award for
Shawshank.
Best Movie Ever.
That's right.
It's going to jump to number 1 on IMDb.
right.
Knock Shawshank off the top, and
We have that power at HOBI. Hashtag tolerable.
And finally, we're going to end it with a very special holiday episode. We had a lot of people coming in and out that day. Episode number 47. And Paul, the Dip Man, stops by. And we do top 5 things we're thankful for that are geek related. So thanks for listening. And episode number 47.
So
so he poops a telephone out, and there plays the theme song to their business that they're in, and oh look, the Spinosaurus shit. Let's go look through it. That's what.
So that music meant we're time for our top 5 list.
Just talking about Spinosaurus here.
And then he got crabs.
This week's top 5 list is things in our geek pop culture that we are thankful for.
Yes,
because
it's Thanksgiving.
For Thanksgiving,
just kind of a holiday for me. I don't care.
Yeah, well, that's
it's a day for me to go shopping and get some good deals.
Okay.
That's not even fun anymore because the shopping starts like the Tuesday before Thanksgiving now.
Did you see Kohl's? They put all their stuff online, everything from their Black Friday yesterday. And I'm like, so why would I go to Kohl's? Not that I would anyways, but why would I go to Kohl's now? And they have a coupon, you get 15% more off. It's like, what the hell is going on here?
Or you could just riot and loot stores and get it for free.
That's true.
Hey, we're civilized. This isn't St. Louis.
Allegedly. Doctor Number One did ask what your thoughts of that, Blake, was. Oh, we ran out of time. It's top 5 time.
Awkward.
Hashtag awkward. Hashtag left field.
Hashtag left field.
Okay, who wants to go first? Blake, Paul, whatever your name is?
All right, I'll start with what, as I think about geek culture, and I've kind of gotten introduced to it through Jason and Jeff and their podcast. But
yay us!
One thing that I've always it's kind of got me converted. It has been more intrigued or got me more intrigued is the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, relating the overall comic book characters to the average person.
That's my number 1. Thanks, Paul. Number 1 specifically, Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Racket!
Yes.
Racket! Put it on the board!
It's on the board!
And that's got to be a first, right?
Yeah, no, not really.
No, Jeff always gets number 1 taken out.
Apparently, my number 1 is so obvious that everyone thinks it's their
See,
number
here's the thing. That's my number 2, but it's kind of slashed with the comic book television shows.
Okay.
So you took out my number 2.
Took out a 1 and a 2.
Working hard here.
I just wrote it down because the
Hardly
movies
working.
are with the television shows.
I specifically said Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like,
so did I.
Yeah.
Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I mean, it's because I like the fact that they have a plan. They produce quality films, and I know for the next 6 years, I can at least expect somewhat close to what they've already done as far as quality.
You mean it's not 12 Batmans in 6 years?
Hey, let's not talk.
It's not rebooting Spider-Man 4 years after you reboot him again.
But the origin story hasn't been told yet. Oh, it has in 5, and not very well.
It's not knowing where you're going with your franchise, so you have to go ahead and do time travel to change it all around to get rid of your bad ideas.
Blake's
previously.
favorite movie.
X-Men!
So it looks
Days
like
of the Future.
Whatever.
I'm thankful for that people are actually looking to the future and trying to do it right so they don't have to overcorrect later.
Good job for hijacking Paul's number 5 there.
Hey, it's my number 1. I felt like I could talk through it.
I introduced it and I let him bring it home.
Good job, Paul. You're
But you
up
can go ahead and add to my
you
ramblings.
covered
Okay.
Jeff, number 4 or 5?
My number 5. My number 5 is I'm thankful for the internet, but more specifically
Porn.
No.
I guess one good turn deserves another. That was my number 1.
The internet.
The internet.
Internet porn?
No, not internet porn. That's
But mine's
Blake's 3, 4, and 5.
That's my 1 through 5 and 7.
That's my honorable mention, too.
Mine was specifically Wikipedia. Because you could find almost anything you need to know on there.
Whether it's true or not.
Whether it's true or not. If it's not true, you tend to know it's not true.
That's the best college research tool there is.
Yeah, but at least points you in the right direction to find the stuff.
That's how I knew
footnote
about how
everything.
MasterCard originated in England from the Magna Carta.
That was bloody good, too.
There.
You were a cheeky monkey that day.
Paul, you want to add anything to the internet since it is your number 1?
Oh, is your number 1?
So you guys knocked each other's internet number 1s out.
Glad you woke up, Jason.
Hello.
But no, not specifically Wikipedia, but it, like
Porn.
you said, it gives. I can now watch all the trailers I want to get in touch with all the stuff everybody talks about on the shows.
I like the trailers for porn.
You just like the internet
Actually,
to
the
look
trailers
at
for
cats.
porn are good because you don't have to pay for
look
it,
at
but you get
kittens.
some good clips.
I look for
Oh, you said clips. Okay. I'm a little worried.
I use it for cat memes, Wikipedia, and music videos.
That is the
Oh wait, clips. Sorry.
That is the oddest porn I've ever heard. Cat memes and
Kitty memes.
Stop it.
And I do have to say another thing that I had an honorable mention, but it was related to the internet, was Homestar Runner is back. They've got like 3 new episodes in the last couple months, so that makes me happy.
Yeah, next
I'm
episode you
thankful
can
for
tell
it.
me all about Homestar Runner.
We have already. It's not my fault you don't listen.
Well, it must have been great.
Number 5 for me is Felicity from Arrow. Just Felicity.
I thought you were saying fellatio.
Stephen Amell. Anyways.
Hey, where's the top 5 going anyways? We had clits, we had fellatio, we had
Clips.
That's a wrap.
Oh, we had
for
pussy
Thanksgiving.
memes? What the hell? All right, got that explicit.
All things everybody's thankful for. Let's move on. I got Felicity from Arrow because she is gorgeous and I love her character. She's smart. She's Oracle basically, and
She's oral.
Stop it.
That's a
It's
four.
later. So I'm thankful for Felicity.
You are.
Yes, not the TV show with from JJ Abrams. That's JJ and I go by JJ and Jason.
Ah, okay.
Hey Jay, what's up? Not much, JJ. Anyways, Blake, your turn.
My number 5 pop culture, geek or pop culture thing that I am thankful for this Thanksgiving. Number 5 is action figures.
Oh, good one. Which one specifically?
Because I'd have a big void in my childhood if I didn't have Star Wars figures.
Do you still have them?
And in my adulthood.
Do you still have them?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, actually, I do have a number of old stuff back from back in the day. Believe it or not. So I wonder if some of that stuff might fetch a pretty penny online now. Who knows?
Are they in its boxes or
Yeah,
loose?
land speeders. No, they're loose.
Hell
Land
no,
speeders,
we
big-
played with them back then.
Big
I
ass.
agree.
Yeah, you played with them back then. Millennium Falcon, big ass.
You had the Millennium Falcon?
Yes.
Can I come over?
Come on over and we'll play Star Wars figures.
Don't worry about it, Michelle. We're down there playing.
We're in the basement playing with Star Wars figures. Go away.
So, Blake, honey,
No, but actually, knowing her, she'd want to come down and play too, but she'd have to take like Princess Leia and R2D2 or something.
Boop, boop, beep, beep.
it sound like R2D2. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, thank you, Paul.
It sounded like Michelle during R2D2.
Oh.
God, I can't believe I have to explain my impersonations to you.
These guys are doing it.
There you
I
go.
can't whistle.
Yeah, action figures.
Good call.
You know, Star Wars figures, Micronauts,
G.I. Joes.
He-Mans, G.I. Joes, all that kind
I
of
love
stuff.
G.I. Joe.
Where would we be as geeks growing up if we did not play with them when we were young and then collect them as you were older?
Yes, because they were basically our only friends growing up. So. Till the geeks inherited the earth. Number 4? Blake?
Number 4, coming back around, boomerang style for you Aussies.
I thought you were doing boomerangs.
Boomerangs are my number 4.
Boomerangs are my number 4. No, number 4, I just got video games. You know, the whole video game geek pop culture thing is, as you know, is taking just a life of its own.
How come every time I
And
do...
you know what the best thing, you know what's most popular right now? The retro video games now. People are getting for apps for their phones and all that kind of stuff.
I saw a thing at the store the other day. I think it was $50, and it was like 80 some odd games for
The Genesis?
The Genesis. And I'm like, that's how much a game cost when it came out. I didn't get 80 of them.
Kohl's on Black Friday ad.
There you go.
Are they a sponsor? They have the Neo Geo system and like 50 games, so pretty much their whole lineup for $180. I was like, whoa, that's a little too much.
Yeah, that's way too much.
Or I see you could buy just like the old Atari joystick and orange button,
and
it's got like all the games on it.
Yeah,
I got the plug and play NHL 95 with the Sega Genesis control pads, and it keeps stats. I was like, that's awesome.
It was like 80, and I think you could even is capable of downloading more. I think
Really?
if you wanted to. I'm not positive on that, but I was like, ooh, I wish I could afford $50 because
Super Nintendo would be good.
You know what I like better than Madden?
Tecmo Bowls.
Tecmo
I
Super
love
Bowl.
the Tecmo Super
I got it
Bowl.
on the Nintendo.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, Madden's too difficult. Just like give me 8 plays for the Tecmo Super Bowl. I'm good to go.
My number 4, Nathan Fillion.
Okay,
I am
you're
specific.
thankful for Nathan Fillion.
I am.
You are specific. I'm thankful for Felicity and Nathan Fillion, and Blake is his general action figures and
I
video.
know. That's why I said I like Blake's list, and I always want to change mine, but I can't because I already locked it in. It's like, oh yeah, video games. That's better. Action figures. That's better than Felicity. Okay, moving on. I can at least touch for action figures.
Exactly. You actually touch those.
And after hearing this, Nathan Fillion will let you touch him.
Yeah. So
Just when you say Felicity, I always think of that mother-daughter TV series.
Gilmore Girls?
Yeah, Gilmore Girls. For some reason, wasn't one of the girls' names Felicity?
No.
that was Felicity, the TV show that J.J. Abrams did on CW.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
That had nothing to do with the Gilmore Girls.
It was on CW.
Now you would want to touch the Gilmore Girls, but you want to touch Nathan Fillion? No, I never.
Nathan Fillion, because he was awesome. He's awesome in Castle, even though this season's a little rough.
Yeah.
It's getting rougher.
Getting rough. New showrunner, I hear.
Yeah, new showrunner. And then he was awesome in Firefly. Dr. Horrible.
Dr. Horrible sing-along blog.
And he's just a true geek every interview. So I'm thankful for Nathan Fillion this year.
He lives the culture. He goes to the cons. He loves the same
He's
stuff
a comic
we
book
do.
fan.
Yes.
So I'm going with Nathan Fillion. Damn
Awesome.
it.
All
Number
right.
4?
Number 4. This year, I am thankful for finding a new gaming group with a great dungeon master. It's been years since I've been able to play this on any sort of regular basis, and found a someone who loves it just as much as I do and is willing to run the adventures. And
Yeah,
so,
that person sounds like a really awesome guy.
he is a real awesome guy.
Jesus Christ, just fucking do each other and get it over with.
I'm thankful for him and the other 5 people who we've
Never invited me. Never invited Paul.
Yes, we have. We invited
Yeah,
you.
I said we didn't invite Paul. Paul,
We
did you
didn't
play
invite
Dungeons and
Paul.
Dragons with us?
I don't know how.
Actually, I think this past week I asked.
From what I hear, though, Blake's kind of shady in the way he plays. That's just from what I've heard on the podcast and from his wife.
I'm always evil.
All I know is I asked somebody, you guys to go to a gentleman's club this weekend, and you said no, we're playing Dungeons and Dragons.
I didn't get any invite.
Blake did, and your brother. And my wife, who was with me, going, one, I wasn't going to the gentleman's club. It was a joke. But I said, wow, we're
nice
really...
cover.
Wow. My wife was like, you guys are really geeks. They just said, no, we're playing Dungeons and Dragons. It's a strip club. And then we're out with a group of friends, and that brought up Jeff's my story about Jeff and the pizza at the strip club. Pizza.
No, you got it wrong. It's free pizza.
To which all of my the friends that we were out with were going, I wouldn't eat anything at a strip club. And I mean anything.
According to Ron Swanson, strip clubs have the best buffets.
That's true.
No. Okay, number...
See, now normally this is the point where I get angry and I point at Jeff and I scream at him like, you son of a bitch! That was my number 1. But my number 1 is Dungeons and Dragons. So.
Aww.
But you know what? It's just like, yeah. That's my number 1.
You guys want to cuddle, or do you need a moment?
I feel a little awkward here, Paul.
Let's reach across the table and touch the fingertips.
We may need to switch the seats up next week.
This is weird. Blake's taking off.
I want to
his
share a
jacket.
microphone with Jeff.
You can get the split guard down next week then.
So Blake, is there any elaborating you want to do on your thankfulness
No.
of it?
We don't want him
I'm
elaborating
just so
on anything.
thankful to have great, wonderful people to play with on, Friday night. It's good.
Yeah, strip club's available. Nope, D&D time. Let's pretend about dragons.
Hit me with that D20, dog.
Strip clubs are available any night of the week.
I just can't spend the money anymore.
D&D
I'm like,
only
really?
once a
I'm not going to spend the money on glitter. If I did, I would call Neil.
All right.
Moving on.
Paul, whatever.
So
number
my
on.
number 4 was kind of like Blake's figure or action figures. You go back to what you remember from your childhood and what made things good as you watch shows, you had cartoons, public service announcements at the ends of them.
G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe.
Time out.
Captain Planet.
Hey, guys, don't jump that electrical wire. Thanks, barbecue.
Or Ren and Stimpy, don't whiz on the electric fence.
But we didn't grow up like complete idiots like everybody else is now, so...
I do like PSAs. The more you know.
The more you know.
That's like 20 years old now. The more you know.
I just can't stop. Speed.
But oh shit! Isn't there the one internet meme or whatever of taking the G.I. Joe public service announcements and putting different...
I did not see that.
Oh, yeah, that's like the one like the house is on fire or something, and they're like talking about he's trying to make a pork chop sandwich. And so if you just type in pork chop sandwich in the thing, it'll take you to that.
Or recipes for pork chop sandwiches. Either way, you win.
Okay, recipe for pork. Take a pork chop, put it between 2 slices of bread. Pork chop sandwich. What do you mean recipe?
You're an emerald. Bam!
Do I gotta cook that?
No. Paul, you're number
three. So I think back to the early days of Nintendo 64 with first-person shooters.
Perfect Dark.
So like 007.
GoldenEye.
We never had Duke Nukem. We had GoldenEye.
Yeah, we had GoldenEye.
You're too young for Duke Nukem?
No, we just never had it.
Oh, okay.
How many hours did we spend on GoldenEye?
Too many.
You know,
could you imagine if that was online at the time?
Oh, dear God. I would be telling so many kids that they were adopted. My response to every annoying kid online.
Yeah, you need to listen to these two. Paul and Jason play these first-person shooter games online.
Hey, we're adults in these games.
Yes. Until the kids start yelling at us and calling us every bad word. And
yeah. Wait,
and I've learned I don't know 90% of the profanity that's out there.
No, I don't.
Yeah, but I just love it when the little, you're just a little faggot. And Jason's like, what? Are you making fun of my sexuality? Just because I like to have guys to screw me up the ass? And I'm telling this to these 13-year-old kids.
I do. Allegedly.
Allegedly you do that. And allegedly, you know.
Paul and I start having a relationship online over this game. And you see everybody leave the lobby really quick.
Yeah, I think I only did that like 2 or 3 times. And it's not because I was annoyed by the stupid little kids, and I was annoyed by the fact that I really suck at first-person shooters.
You were Jim from The Office, just in the corner shooting at the wall.
I think Jim was better than I was.
What are you out there with a sniper rifle for? Are you even trying?
I seriously want to know how many hours we have spent on GoldenEye. Because, like you guys, instead of going to strip clubs and you play D&D now, back in the day, we were like, it's Friday night, we're just playing GoldenEye.
Everything else costs too much money. Let's just get a 6-pack.
I mean, back in the day, you're playing GoldenEye. That's when I was at strip clubs. Now that I'm older, you're going to strip clubs and I'm playing D&D.
It's a circle of life.
It's a circle.
Yeah. Some days, sir, they say time's a flat circle. Going round and round, you're bound to repeat it.
Matthew McConaughey is in the studio.
Yeah,
now
now
you
he's
find
leave.
yourself
You know
driving
why?
a Buick LeSabre in a commercial.
A Buick LeSabre. Was it a Buick?
I have no idea.
Is it Dodge?
It's such a great commercial, we don't even remember what car it's for.
All I know is Matthew McConaughey is doing his...
Time is a flat circle going round and round.
always...
Sometimes you gotta think, are you gonna go somewhere? Are you gonna drive? You know, drive down that road late at night by yourself.
Regardless, I wouldn't do it in a Buick.
I'm like, hey.
Or through Detroit.
Am I watching True Detective or is this a car commercial?
Sometimes you just want to take a bath.
I
don't.
I was waiting for Woody Harrelson to pop in the driver's side saying, "You're so full of shit."
So any more on GoldenEye?
No, we're good. Number 3.
Number 3, I am thankful for crowdfunding.
Okay.
Because
you know what? That's a good selection.
It's a good way of getting things funded for that regular businesses won't. You know, things like a Veronica Mars movie. There was no way it was going to get funded, but they went up on Kickstarter. They got it.
Fans wanted it.
They got it. The new season of Tabletop with Will Wheaton just started last week. and that was funded through Indiegogo. So it's different ways of getting the stuff that the geeks like to the geeks and letting them know that, yes, this stuff is viable and you should make it.
I like it. Good one.
Very good.
Number 3 for me, Star Wars. Everything in general, except for the prequels. They don't count. They're not part of it. Fuck them. George Lucas, I don't know how to write. I'm in a corner.
Well, he's thankful for Star Wars and now is bitching about the guy who created it.
I like George Lucas before 1990. Can I do that?
Yeah, okay.
No, Star Wars, everything about it, I love it. My son's finally getting into it. He asked for a lightsaber for Christmas, to which I responded to my wife saying, well, if he's got one, I gotta have one, because who else is he going to lightsaber with? It makes sense. So I'm hoping to get a lightsaber for Christmas. And just the Clone Wars, which I've not seen yet. I want to, but I've heard great things. But Star Wars Rebels is great on Cartoon Network, Disney XD, I think.
You heard great things about the Clone Wars?
Yeah. I actually heard, not the movie, but like afterwards I've heard good things.
The show, I was about to say, does that include the movie?
No.
Did you see the movie?
Yes, I saw it with you.
Yeah, that
we
was
were just
good.
like, eh.
Yeah, I was very disappointed.
But I'm excited about the new ones coming out, and we got some more news next week about what the spinoff is about. Dirty Dozen with bounty hunters.
Ooh.
So, there's my number 3. Blake, number 3?
Board games.
Yes! I can agree 100% on that.
Okay.
I love playing board games.
Monopoly?
No, good board games.
I think he's going general on this. He's not being specific, like
Trivial
Thank goodness for
Pursuit.
yeah, the geeky board game. Yeah, Trivial Pursuit, for example. Axis and Allies, Risk,
Life.
I just watched them do the game of life on beer and board games.
There you go. I'm sure it was entertaining. Did they have arguments about going to college or just skipping it?
They actually did have an argument about it. Like, the first 2 people skipped college, and he's like, you're not going to... And it's like, look, we're getting money, bitches. We're getting paid right now.
That's right. You can still be the new game of life. You can still be a computer programmer and make $100,000 salary.
Yeah, I think it was the new game, because they're like going, oh, you got... I'm like, what the hell? That wasn't in my game of life.
Yeah, the new game of life. You go to college, you're $60,000 in debt already. You're
that's
like,
what the one guy's like, $20,000. Wait a minute.
Our holiday episode that day, we're doing the marathon, a podcast. I will bring Life out. I have it, and we'll play it.
Okay.
We're not recording it. That's just all.
Oh, I thought we were going to record it. I thought we were going to, play life while
we're recording.
While we're talking about it.
Your spin.
I'm reading news on the geek.
It's stuck on 6. Move the table. No, it's a 5. Fuck you.
No, I do have to say the game of life is, I think...
You lost your job. Deal with it.
That's right.
the worst game ever made, because... You have that one decision on if you're going to college or not, and then the rest of the game just plays out however you move.
You have to get married.
Do you have to?
Yeah, it makes you stop.
Well, if I play it, I refuse to get married.
Yeah.
I'm going to live the bachelor life in the game of life.
Oh, all the women are upset about that. Anyways.
Yeah, but the guys are.
Essentially, you're just going to have a car full of bastards, right?
That's fine. If I have kids, that's fine. If that's how it comes,
Car
but
full
I'm
of
refusing
bastards.
to get married.
You know what? If you really want to fuck the system, get a blue peg, too, for your spouse. Fuck it.
Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, you can do that, too. You can do it now.
Although we'll have to play somewhere other than Ohio, because I'm not allowed to do that in this
Not
state.
yet. What state do you play this game in? No, you can't do it. Sorry.
Are there state-specific editions now?
Yeah, state-specific.
So, we're never going to Mississippi then.
California's got the transgender blue and pink pegs mixed together.
Like John Oliver says on last week tonight, he goes, well, we all know one state's going to be the last one to ratify gay marriage, Mississippi. I hate to say it, it could be any state, really, Mississippi. But, it could be, New York, Mississippi.
Can't be New York.
I know, it was a joke.
Oh.
Good old John Oliver. Okay, number 2, Blake?
Number 2, comic books.
Just in general or movies, television?
In general.
Okay.
Comic book.
Okay.
Blake's list was pretty general.
Comic books would leads to movies, leads to TV shows, leads to The podcast.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, really, this podcast would not exist if it was not for comic books.
It's true.
Should have been my number 1.
Some people would not want us to exist. My number 2 is comic books, television shows / movies.
I stole your number 2.
Well, no, they did with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Crap.
Oh, comic book movies.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, if you want, you can throw
comic books is in there too.
Put the Dark Knight trilogy, and then you can have that because
Where is she?
Because we didn't include that because that's not Marvel.
Yeah.
Where is she?
Number 2, Jeff.
Number 2, the Musings of a Geek Podcast Network.
Wow, look at you kissing ass.
I'm kissing ass. I am very thankful. We have met some hell of nice people because of this network.
And then Nickel.
Oh, yeah, hell of nice people and Nickel.
Yes, Nickel.
You know, Mr. Dan Zisco decided he wanted to network out his podcast, and hey, it's working. We've got like 48, 49.
Now he's a cheap whore on Nickel night. I mean, he just, no pun intended, Nickel, but
he's a cheap whore on Nickel? What?
No, cheap whore on Dime Night. How about Dime Night? Does that sound better?
Quarter night?
Quarter night, there you go.
Penny.
Penny.
But
it's a Big Bang reference for me. Wow.
Yes, it
seems how you haven't watched it in 6 seasons.
But it really it helped improve my enjoyment of our podcasting, knowing there were like-minded people out there, and we could have a nice big happy family.
Oh, okay.
We can have Dolly Parton Wednesdays in the cafeteria.
Bon Jovi Fridays.
Bon Jovi Fridays.
Hey, Bon Jovi.
Fuck you. No one asked you. Oh, we could have Beatles, but
that's why he doesn't show up on Friday. You notice he's never there on Friday.
He always works from home.
Beatles, the NSYNC of the 60s.
Pretty much. Thank you. Thank you. Rather have NSYNC Thursdays than Beatle Thursdays.
And that's why never.
Bye.
Paul, we're on 2s now.
The right stuff.
That's my number 2. I was specific, and I said the HOBI podcast.
Specifically HOBI. Oh, thank you, Paul.
Gave you a voice.
They gave me a voice to voice movie critics about Chef, which was good, and then Transformers: The Age of Extinction, which should be extinct, but
how good was that movie?
That was terrible.
That was the second one?
That was the last
newest one. Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, the Mark Wahlberg one.
I think we found a Transformer.
Oh, okay, yeah, that one.
Yeah, so 30 minutes in, you're like, all right, when do you get to see a real Transformer? And then you sit there and think, well, in the previews, there were dinosaurs, and then you see the dinosaurs in the last 4 minutes, and that's it.
Oh, wow, that sounds disappointing.
I fell asleep when the dinosaurs came, too, so...
So they were even boring dinosaurs.
So many jokes. So many jokes. You fell asleep after they came. Anyways.
I missed that. Oh, I dropped the ball on that one.
No, it's so nice that you said that about our podcast. It's so nice you said that about our podcast. So I like to give you this other podcast koozie from Dark Angels and Pretty Fakes. Yeah, there you
nice.
go.
I think that was Nick's.
Nick's on the cello or whatever he's doing over there.
We put him back in the GIMP box.
Put him back in this hole. But yeah.
Well, for appreciation, here's a sticker from a different podcast.
So there you go.
I hear this too.
It's my number 2 and a quick review on Transformers because the movie was not quick.
Well, thank you. We got lots of love. We even got listener love this week.
Oh, right.
Listener love.
Listener love.
Hashtag LL.
Listener love.
What's your number 1?
Oh, the right
My number 1 was taken already with the internet.
Oh, okay.
And his
Porn,
is gone.
interweb.
Your number 1's gone,
My number 1
Jeff.
was gone with the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Well, everybody knows what my number 1 is. Come on.
What was
Felicity.
your number 1?
Well, actually, I thought it was going to be Star Wars. So.
Porn.
Batman.
No. Interweb.
Thank you, Paul. Batman.
Batman.
Everything about Batman.
I said Dark Knight.
Bar!
Yeah. Sorry. Everything about Batman.
So
I love
you
comic
rank
books.
Batman over Star Wars?
Yes. Oh yeah. God. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's Bond.
It's because of George Lucas.
I wrote them into a corner. Oh well. Fuck it. I'm done writing. What? Fuck you.
Are
anyways.
you an angel?
Yeah. Fucking angel.
Well, Jason, you don't like that line?
No. And I heard
that's the corner.
I heard my second favorite person, Taylor Swift, is probably writing a song about it. Are you an angel? Fuck you, Taylor Swift.
How do you talk to an angel?
No, that was.
Wasn't that from The Heights?
I don't know.
It is. It is.
Oh, I know that.
I remember the video on Fox. We are the karaoke podcast, taking that from graphic novels. Anyways,
No, they can keep it.
Batman. So yes, everything about Batman. It made Gotham. It made the movies, even the 1960s Batman. So I just love everything Batman. Thankful for that.
Yeah.
Blake?
Yay. Well, my number one was Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay, so I only had the number one left. Okay.
Yeah, so we all like what other people like. You and your
That's right.
Batman are in the lone seat.
My honorable mention was Joss Whedon.
All right.
So
Yeah, could see that.
Paul, you had your fiance had a list.
Yeah, so her pop culture.
Yeah, you better pop that in.
I don't know if it's really pop culture, but
yeah, so hers were smartphones, the Waze app.
Wazzy.
For the
people that can't say.
For the people with speech impediments, Waze.
Waze, it's French.
You have no clue what that is.
It's a travel thing when you're on.
It's like a GPS app.
But is that the one that tells you when there's bad traffic?
Yeah, it's really nice.
When
the one you took off your phone when we needed it?
did.
When we were...
My wife has on her phone. I took it off I don't know why.
Better pop by Google Maps.
Yeah. I don't know that this is pop culture, but heated car seats.
Maybe while you're watching a DVD in the car.
And having Waze on your phone.
Yeah. DVRs and Starbucks.
Pumpkin latte.
Fucking pumpkin latte.
Pumpkin spice latte.
Whatever.
Spice latte.
So there you go. There's your top 5 of the week. Bad idea. We don't have one this week because I refused to participate in this one.
Oh, we have a bad idea. Bad idea.
You had a bad idea.
Bad idea when you've got the 2 most dangerous dinosaurs ever recreated.
What number?
I'm going to say that's like 37.
Splicing dinosaurs?
Splicing.
That's got to be a top 5.
No.
Yeah, honestly.
I would say maybe top 10.
Top 10. 9.
Ooh. Wow.
9. Number 9.
Splicing dinosaurs.
Splicing dinosaurs.
Not just dinosaurs.
Not just
the 2
dinosaurs.
most dangerous dinosaurs.
the two most dangerous dinosaurs that you brought up from extinction, and then you
T-Rex was mostly a
together.
scavenger, anyways. Technically,
Now he's not.
Now he's a hunter.
Now he's a.
And he's got longer arms now too. They said.
Well, he better with claws.
Yeah, he's now got raptor arms instead of T-Rex arms.
My hand's really big, but my arms are small. Yeah.
All right. So number 9, splicing dangerous dinosaurs.
Well, since Ditman's here and he's a big fan of Creed coming out. Not the band, the movie Creed.
Yeah, nobody's a fan.
Oh.
Maybe Stallone's making a documentary.
Creed's coming out.
Maybe Stallone's making a documentary about Creed. That's what it is.
Oh, that could be.
Number 236 for me is Sylvester Stallone making a sequel to anything. So, well, with
that is so damn true.
Ironically, there's 3 Expendables.
First Rocky, awesome. Sequels, all 7 of them sucked.
7.
First Blood.
First Blood, which was the first Rambo, awesome. The next Rambos, he made them an action figure. Sucked.
Even though you were thankful for action figures.
But I was thankful to action figures.
Okay, that will wrap up the best of the top 5, and we'll be back next week with a live new episode, and enjoy the week. Thank you.
From Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history of not so bad. There's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. The history of bad ideas. Podcast.
You are now leading the world of Musings of a Geek podcast network. Stay geeky, my friends.